What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to react to a video from the guy House Kitchen, right? These are some interesting videos, right? And so he's reacting to a video that had Cappy Poindexter in it, right? Now, Cappy Poindexter used to play for. She played in the WNBA. And I remember Cappy when she was in college, excellent college basketball player. She played for, I think it was Rutgers. She played for Rutgers. She's a really good basketball player, right? And I think she had a really good WNBA career too, also. So now, a few years ago, and I remember this, she had an incident where she made some accusations against LeBron James, right? And it got a little bit of attention, not a whole lot of attention, but now it's starting to come back up with some of the conspiracy theories that's going on surrounding LeBron James, right? So now I'm thinking I'm thinking that I wanted to review this because like I said, this was an interesting situation. And then when things come back up, you get a chance to put them back into perspective. It's almost like putting a puzzle together, right? You get to put things back into perspective. So let me play the audio from Trap House, and I'm gonna give my perspective on what I think the situation is. So here we go with Cappy Poindexter. This is the first person you're gonna hear.
I ain't confused. I ain't on that. That tried to kill me for real. I just got out of that. I've been for almost like 2 years. I didn't even know where the fuck I was at. I do not with LeBron James. That is a trick of my. That is a turd. He's swimming in real time. They stole all my money out of my bank account.
This was a wild story that didn't get that much media attention. So yeah, that was Cappy Pondexter, former WNBA player who accused LeBron of killing her and stealing all of her money. Also, during her time in the WNBA, she was a two-time champion and considered one of the top 15 players of all time. What's crazy is that following her retirement from the WNBA, she had her own clothing brand, was even investing in startups, and had her own boutique consulting firm. Then got arrested not long after, which then she went on a rant claiming that LeBron turned stole all her money.
All right. So now, when this happened, I remember this situation, like when that she's accusing LeBron James of. I'm thinking that I don't know. Now just think about this. Once you are somebody who is a so-called gatekeeper, like even if you look at the record industry and you look at people who are gatekeepers, and some of the things that they get accused of, right? Like embezzling people money and uh sabotaging their career and stuff like this. As far as I know, publicly, like Cabby Poindexter, before she had this incident right here, she was, she didn't have any issues, right? And so that right there kind of, it don't make me say that LeBron James, like he was involved in anything that happened to her, but I wouldn't go out and say like this guy's going to say, well, I don't believe it, but when you take and look at the whole thing, everything that's surrounding LeBron James, maybe he is a gatekeeper, maybe he is involved in some things that is nefarious, right? And yeah, man. So let me play some more of this audio and come back and give my input. Hold up, let me see if I'm gonna get past this music part. All right.
Good stuff. I'm off like 3.5 hours of sleep.
Hold up. Yeah, he kind of goes on a little bit of some personal stuff.
Tired, but I'm trying to deliver multiple uploads a day, and y'all are the motivation. A screenshot of something, but we got LeBron's attention. Yes, it's part of the reason why I only got 3.5 hours of sleep. Um, I've been watching my email and stuff like that because of what we talk about. but we got LeBron's attention. Crazy work.
All right, so this guy from Trap House Kitchen is saying that he's got LeBron James' attention, right? And so when you know, people don't think that, you know, like if you're a small YouTube channel, that you don't get these famous people attention depending on what you say. And I think that if you hit too close to home, you know, I think a lot of times you'll get, you know, you can get people's attention. Like I have a small YouTube channel, and you know, I said some things that you know, somebody famous reached out to me, and I was like, wow, man, you know, so you know, they definitely see these things, these type of things come across their timeline. Most of the time, people are going to ignore them, you know, especially if they feel like, you know, you're a little bit off base or something like that. Or even if you're on base, they don't want you to know, and so they're not going to say anything, right? But sometimes you hit a nerve, and they will reach out to you, or have somebody, you know, on their behalf reach out to you, and I know that from experience.
Now, I would love to prove y'all wrong, but I don't want to poke the bear, so to speak. Pause. I put a video out there with him breaking down the numbers and the love for number 6 and this and that. And really overall, we're just reviewing and reacting to content. So it's not like I'm trying to put a blemish on his character or anything like that. I'm just reviewing and reacting. And also, you got to keep in mind that I was in the industry. Deep. Yes, pause. But I know what goes on. They know what goes on, allegedly. But shout out to y'all. We made some traction. Cappy, shout out to the comment section. I don't give y'all enough love. Now, so if you're watching this video and you said something about Cappy, let me know in the comments and I'll highlight it. But I forgot about this. This was one of bro's worst humiliations, but it did not get the traction that people thought it would. Now, I feel like this is pure humiliation off the strength that you heard the clip. No real man, not even a street dude, is gonna want a woman that conducts herself like that speaks like that. You might as well just wife up one of your homeboys the way she was up there. I don't see it. I don't see this whole situation happening. Not whatsoever. But I feel like it was a ritual, to say the least. I'm done yapping. Shout out to y'all, man. If you're here, let me know you're here. Let's get to the content.
For those of y'all who don't know greatness, I'm going to put you on to Cappy Pondexter. To me, Cappy is one of the scrappiest and coldest guards that ever played a game of basketball. She attended Rutgers, where she led them to back-to-back Big East titles in 05 and 06. She also led her squad to 4 NCAA tourney appearances and scored over 2,000 career points. She went second overall in the 06 draft to the Phoenix Mercury, and she was named an All-Star as a rookie. Fresh in the league in 07, she won a title alongside Diana Taurasi, and then they won another one in 09. In 2011, Cappy was named one of the 15 best players in league history, and then she was voted in at the 20 at 20, and most recently, she was named to the W25.
Now, I know y'all seen the clip. The numbers, even her number 23. Then the
All right, so I want to talk more so, like I said, about the accusations that she made, because like this guy seemed to think that maybe LeBron James didn't do it, right? You know, like, but they have a way. The powers that be have a way of kind of sweeping this kind of stuff under the rug. So even if LeBron James didn't have anything to do with this situation, and this young lady falsely accused him, like why would she falsely accuse LeBron James, of all people, you know, of these things, of taking her money and doing other things, right? In this situation, like why would she do that? And then why would LeBron James need the powers to be to sweep this type of situation under the rug? So I'm thinking that maybe like he said, I can agree, or I can see how it would be a almost like a humiliation thing, or just to let LeBron James know that we can do this. We are in control. We can. This is the kind of power that we have. Um, Everything after that just fell apart for the young lady, Cappie Poindexter. And like I said, she was doing good from a business standpoint. She had her own little store or boutique or something like that. And she had made her money in the WNBA. So she was doing good. And then so I think that this situation came about in order to and I could agree, humiliate LeBron James. When you think about LeBron James and the statement that he made that he just wants to live, right? Like, I think that they put him in situations where he had to probably do some things, and to get his hands dirty, so to speak, so they can have more leverage, and also have more leverage on it and more control. So this situation with LeBron James, man, when he come out and say, he just wants to live, I just want to live. When somebody asking him basically about basketball, that just makes me, it just throws up a red flag. Like, why would you say something like that when that wasn't even the question? So it's some forces that LeBron James is dealing with that are very powerful, and he can't say anything, but just look at and that's the purpose of me playing this video, the audio. Just look at everything that's surrounding him and all the different pieces and stuff like that. Because remember, if the powers to be became unhappy with LeBron James, then everything that we hear, all the allegations and stuff like that, are like the groundwork has already been laid. You heard rumors about affairs. You heard rumors about performance enhancement. You heard rumors about like what this young lady has made, against him. Then you heard rumors about like LeBron James, the gatekeeping and the coaches and being fired and the players, like it's a whole, he's been polarizing. So the groundwork is already there. And so all the people that that control LeBron James, all they have to do is basically make that threat, because it's already there. And we've seen it before with other famous people. And that, it'll just be one rumor or one accusation, and they'll allow that rumor or that accusation just to get some momentum and snowball. And next thing you know, LeBron James is ruined. So he has definitely gotta, in my opinion, watch his step. And he's gotta do whatever, I think the powers that be want him to do. So that was my purpose of playing that. I forgot all about, but look up the Cappie Poindexter her situation and her accusations and against LeBron James, man. That was an odd, weird situation. So make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'm gonna check y'all out in the next video. Peace.